Good morning, my darlings. Welcome to a new vlog. I hope you're having a fabulous week so far. It's officially barber season. The barber is out on daily rotation. We have got constant stormy weather at the moment, which keeps things very exciting. One second it's torrential rain, the next second it is toasty sunshine. And what better way to protect yourself from the elements than a good old barber? Today, I've got something, sorry, it's just suddenly now super duper bright, so I hope the lighting is okay. Today I've got something really exciting that I'm hopefully going to be able to share a few snippets with you, but even if I can't film too much, I'll give you a full debrief afterwards. I'm going to a lady's house. Her name is Anne McIntyre, and she is an Ayurvedic practitioner, a herbalist, and she runs day courses and also big, like, year-long courses for Ayurvedic studies, and also more kind of bite-sized introductory courses like the one I'm going on today. It's called The Healing Power of Autumnal Herbs. You guys will have seen very well documented how my love of gardening has somewhat evolved into a love of eating many of the things that I grow, and that's not only the courgettes and the beans and peas of the world, but also the herbs and the berries that can be foraged from the hedgerow. And I just want to learn a lot more about herbs in particular. What even is the definition of a herb? I don't know. And I think we all subliminally, or perhaps, what's the word? Like unconsciously know that some herbs are really good for us for certain things. Like mint tea, for example, fantastic for digestion. Lemon balm, really great for helping you calm down a little bit. Is it oregano or oregano that I think helps to clear mucus? Rosemary for memory. There are all these almost old wives' tales about herbs, but I believe that they all have got real kind of meaning to them, and I just want to learn more about it and how to utilize what's growing in my garden. This year I did grow a few more, slightly more medicinal things. I tried growing chamomile, but it wasn't actually that successful, so I need to try again next year. So it's going to be a really fun day. I don't know how much I'll be able to share because it's a private class. I think there'll be maybe like 10 or 15 people there, and obviously those people probably don't want to be on camera, and I don't even know if Anne will want to be on camera, so I'll just show a few little snippets of the day, as much as I possibly can, and then I'll give you a full debrief afterwards. But anyway, I have just about got time to head home and make myself something nice for breakfast before we head over there, so I'm excited to bring you along. I don't think I've ever had such mushroom choice before. I've got no idea which ones you're meant to put in a lasagna. Brown mushrooms, muddy mushrooms, girole, I have got no clue. I think I'm just going to get a mixture. A very quick post-Pilates outfit of the day, nothing too jazzy, and I've realised hopefully we're not doing elderberries because wearing a white knit was possibly not my cleverest idea. And then I've got my cropped tan trousers on, little woven belt, and this cardigan is from Fabrique, and I just love the little cable knit design and the wooden buttons. I think it's absolutely adorable. So much wind coming down through, basically it feels like it's coming through the walls in this house, so if we have some strange background noise, I do apologise. This is the book that I've had on my bedside table the last week or so in preparation for this course today, but let me tell you, this is not an easy read. It's called Homeopathic Psychology. I actually studied retail and consumer psychology as part of my dissertation, and I regret not studying psychology in school because I find the subject, do you know what, I'm really struggling to get my words out lately. I've noticed this when filming the past few vlogs, that I'm just muddling my words up a bit. I don't know why. Must be my old age. Maybe I need some rosemary for it. But yeah, it's written, I mean, it's a chunky book, it's a big old textbook, and it's just not the most digestible. It's talking about the kind of history behind different remedies, and yeah, it's a lot. So if anyone is also interested in herbalism, and can recommend a more bite-sized book, please let me know, because I am keen to learn more about this topic. But that book, I guess the plot to is that it's been sending me to sleep really, really quickly. Of course, a herbal remedy that I showed you a couple of vlogs ago, or was it the last vlog, was my elderberry elixir. I'm taking a tablespoon of this every day, normally after my breakfast, and it tastes amazing, but it's also going to hopefully help me to fight my cold and flu preparedness. Yeah, it's going to help my preparedness against cold and flu season. So I'm about to head over to Anne's, and I'm just going to quickly show you my gorgeous bag that I'm going to be taking with me. This is my Duomo bag, which is from Fabrique, and I've mentioned Fabrique quite a few times in previous videos, but did you know they also do the most gorgeous bags? My trench coat that I was wearing in the last vlog with the gorgeous tartan upturned sleeves, that's Fabrique. That's probably my favorite piece. But because they work with designers, for example, the designer of this was the women's leather goods designer at Bottega Veneta, and yet these designers are creating things for Fabrique at a far more affordable price, but you're still getting the most incredible quality. It's just the little details. For example, we've got the leather covered magnetic see what I mean? My tongue is tied. Magnetic closure inside the bag, and this incredible hand stitching. If you are a stickler for details, then this bag just ticks all the boxes. It's big enough to fit all of my essentials in, and as we know, suede is the #1 material that is on trend this autumn winter, so I feel like this will go with all of my different outfits because it's such a versatile color. What I love about Fabrique is that it also tells you about the designer. So Valeria Massai, who created this, as I mentioned, worked for Bottega Veneta, and she was inspired by the Gothic spires of the Duomo Cathedral in Milan when creating this bag. So it's very architectural while being relaxed at the same time, so perfect for an everyday bag at this time of year. I've popped in my little Mejuri earrings, and then I have also got a thermal vest top on underneath my cardigan, because I think we're going to be in a little outdoor cabin for the majority of the workshop today. I'm going to grab my pen and paper to take lots of notes. It's going to be a really fun morning, so let's get going. So this is Anne's little cabin at the bottom of the garden. I think there's maybe 20 of us here. We've just had 2 hours of chatting, talking all things herbs and herbal remedies. I've learned so much, but we are all just going to have a little look around the garden. As you can see, it's very cloudy and rainy over there. But we are just going to have a little look around the garden, see what we can forage, what herbs are to be found, and then we're heading in for lunch. This is known as the Spiral Herb Garden. It's quite famous amongst herbology circles, so we're going to have a little tour of this later. Let's go through the hop archway. Look at this, just got the hops growing over the frames.
Take some of the rose hips. There aren't very many, but help yourself. But if you use rose hip in your tincture or your glycerite, you need to get a knife and a board, which I can easily find you in the kitchen, and you need to cut it open. You need to take the seeds out. Oregano, and do you remember that I could find you some garlic? Then you could put garlic in your medicine. That would be great, wouldn't it? You could make a garlic glycerite. So this oregano here, marjoram, is actually very aromatic and would be very nice in a gut herb or an immune herb, because remember we were saying that this is the herb that is the third best herb for the gut.
Yes.
#1 is garlic, #2 is andrographis, #3 is oregano.
So we've been let loose, within reason, in Anne's lovely garden to pick some herbs, and we're going to make some tinctures and some I think it's called a glycerite concoction. And I've chosen a few herbs which are really good for immunity and for helping with the gut. The gut is where our immune system is really kick-started. So I've got some lavender and lemon balm, which are going to make it taste lovely. The yellow flower is a Californian poppy, really helps to chill you out. The big leaf is yarrow, fantastic for the immune system, as is oregano, which I haven't got yet. And then we've got hops and fennel, which are going to make it taste lovely and also give us lots of additional benefits. Okay, my darlings, time for a quick catch up. Just finished the course. It is 4:20. It was a full day course and it was very intimate, so I didn't want to get the camera out or thrust it in anybody's faces. But what an amazing day. I feel like I have been such a sponge today. I ended up doing a voice recording of one of the chats that Anne gave because it was just so informative, so interesting, and I just wanted to remember every single word that she was saying. So Anne is I still don't know the technical term, but Ayurvedic practitioner, herbalist, I guess, and she's got such incredible knowledge about the health benefits of all the different herbs, and she was talking about how so many diseases now actually stem from having a leaky gut, and how your gut is just so important for your immunity, for your energy levels, and for stopping you from getting diseases. And there are just so many things that we can make literally with herbs that are growing in the hedgerows and in our garden that have so many amazing health benefits, and actually surprisingly easy to make your own little tinctures. So I have made myself an immunity tonic. This has got hops, lemon balm, lavender, marshmallow leaf, yarrow, and this is made with a glycerite mixture, so it's alcohol and vegetable glycerin. And then we've got a yarrow and rosehip tincture, and this is going to be amazing as well for immunity, stopping me from getting any little bugs and colds throughout the winter system. And this is pure alcohol, so you leave these for 30 days and then you take a spoonful, or you can mix it in with some hot water, make a tea with them, and you just get so many benefits from the herbs. So many lovely ladies at the course. It was all ladies. I also picked up Anne's book, Drugs in Pots, over 40 homemade remedies for natural ailments. If you live locally to the Cotswolds, you can actually pop in to Anne's dispensary and you could say to her, oh, I've got a mucousy cough, or I have low energy, or I've got depression, or I've got headaches, and she or her team will be able to recommend a herbal tincture or remedy for you before you have to go to any pharmaceutical resolution, I guess. She also makes teas, so this is a healthy gut tea with dried calendula, chamomile, lemon balm, rose, lemon verbena, the kind of thing that would just take forever to make. And then also skincare products. She was saying how obviously the skin is an organ that really is very absorbative, so you don't want to be putting loads of nasty chemicals on your skin because we would absorb all of that in. So you want to use lovely natural ingredients as much as possible on your skin, and this is her healing salve, so you can put this anywhere. I'm actually going to pop some on my lips right now, pop it on as a little lip balm. And she was just so lovely. All the ladies on the course were lovely, and we had the most delicious lunch as well. It's just been a super day. My phone battery is completely dead because I was recording some of Anne's talk, but I'm gonna head home now via probably the Co-op in Morton, pick up a few final ingredients to make the lasagna, and I feel so inspired from today. It's going to be a very herb-filled lasagna. Back home again and straight to my very own herb garden to get some rosemary for tonight's massive lasagna. I think I'm going to use 2 tray tables, or what do you call it, oven trays. Let's just have a little look how my 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 is doing. It's obviously only been, oh my gosh, has that one actually been eaten? I think the little pesks are still getting in here. Oh yes, look, that's still been eaten. Oh my gosh, how are the butterflies still getting to my 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅? This is madness. Okay, this is what I need, a couple of sprigs of rosemary. Okay, so quick recipe update. We've got the ragu on the go. At the moment it's just the beef with pancetta and rosemary fried off, and then I've added my onion, celery, carrot and courgette, and we're just going to let this cook down for about 20 minutes, let all of the flavours infuse together, so delicious, and for the veggies to soften. So I'm going to tidy up for 20 minutes and then we will add in the liquid, so the tomato paste. I'm also going to add in the onions. I'm going to add in some lentils to stretch this out a bit further, and a bit of veggie stock to turn this into a delicious lasagna ragu. It's nearly 7:30, and I know that that's quite early for a lot of people, but my brain starts to switch off at 7 p.m. So what I have done so far is add the tomato puree and chopped tinned tomatoes into here, and that's going to simmer for a couple of hours. So this really won't be done until about 8:30, which is very much my bedtime. So I think I will probably just pop that in the fridge overnight and continue tomorrow. Kettle is boiling. I'm going to go down to the herb garden inspired by today's course and go and get some rosemary, mint and lemon balm for a nice tea. Anne was really talking about how amazing rosemary is for so many different things. Dexy, what can you smell? What is it that you want? You've already had a little bit of Daddy's steak. You've been a very lucky boy this evening. And very big moment, Charlie has lit the fire for the first time properly this year. I think we have had it lit for a photo shoot, but this is the first genuine lighting of the fire for the Cosy season 2025, and we are re-watching Downton Abbey from the start, season 1. I forget just how amazing this program is, and it's even better the second time you watch it. Actually, this is probably about the 5th time we've watched it through, but it's just the best show ever. So this is my selection of herbs that I'm going to put into my teapot for tonight. I feel like this course has just inspired me so much to make so much more out of our herb garden. So Anne was talking about all of the many properties of rosemary, but also she said that actually one of the best herbs is oregano, or oregano if you're American, and luckily we have got so much of it. So I'm going to put a few stems of oregano, 2 big bits of lemon balm. I've got a few little fresh bits of lavender here. Some of our lavender went in for a second bloom. So I've got a few heads of lavender and a few sprigs of rosemary. This is going to make a really lovely digesting and relaxing tea as a nice little aperitif after dinner. Good morning, my darlings. It is Friday morning. Today is one of those days where I've got a million things on my to-do list before we head off after lunch, because this weekend Charlie and I and our friends are heading for a weekend in Sandringham, which is the royal estate near Norfolk, or in Norfolk. I'm not quite sure on the Norfolk boundaries, possibly in Norfolk. So I've got a lot of packing, a lot of organising and a lot of cooking to do before that, because tonight we've decided we're going to stay in, make the most of the beautiful property, and Charlie and I have offered to make a lasagna for tonight. So you saw me doing the ragu yesterday. I'm about to do the cheese sauce. I feel very dressed up for doing a cheese sauce. That is because I am putting together a few outfits, doing a quick try on of things that I will want to wear while we're there. I'm also packing a few of my favourite jewellery pieces, which I really want to share with you. So at the moment I've got my lovely little pearl hoops, probably my favourite pieces from Mejuri in. I've been wearing these for so many different occasions. I absolutely adore them. However, I have got some new pieces that I really would love to show you, because I think these are going to be such versatile jewellery pieces for the autumn-winter season. And if you are familiar with Mejuri, there is a strong chance you'll already know about the Stevie earring collection. I'll jog your memory, because another of my favourite pairs of earrings from Mejuri are my original Stevie hoops, So you have a little hoop like so, a little gold hoop, and then you can get these little additions. You can wear it one way round with a colour or the plain gold way round. So I love that it's essentially 3 earrings in one. Well, they have actually added to the Stevie collection, and this is just such a genius idea, especially if you sometimes wear silver jewellery, sometimes wear gold jewellery, because introducing this new little ripple charm. So it's gold on one side, silver on the other. So you could either, and obviously you've got the original hoop. So seeing as I've got gold buttons on the dress, I'm going to wear this gold way round today. And if you are packing for a little staycation or a trip, the fact that you essentially have 3 earrings in one when you wear these, and I always think they look so elegant, they're a fantastic choice for a new bit of autumn jewellery. As with many Mejuri pieces, they're actually crafted with 18 karat gold vermeil, and what that means is essentially there is a fairly thick layer of gold over the top of sterling silver pieces, which really adds to the longevity of them. So because they're so versatile, you're going to want to wear them so much, and this means they're going to stay looking shiny and glossy and untarnished for forever or for a very long time. So this is a gorgeous new addition to my collection, and you may have actually already spotted me wearing these because I love them so much. This is a new Stevie ripple stud. I've loved styling these so far with chunky roll necks and high neck blouses. I think I wore them yesterday with a little cream cardigan, and they're just the perfect piece for elevating slightly more casual outfits. Also, if you want to tie your hair up and have a little bit of a statement piece but you don't want anything too big, then also they're really lightweight. These are also 18 karat gold vermeil, and I just think there's something quite almost antique and old-fashioned looking about these, and again just a perfect addition for a very timeless autumn jewellery wardrobe. I'll have a little QR code on the screen here, and if you scan this with your phone, that will take you to my Mejuri favourites, and I'll also leave them linked in the description box down below. Now, as I plan my outfits for our Sandringham weekend, I'll show you a few different ways that I'm styling my favourite Mejuri pieces. It is possible that I filmed that entire last clip with a toothpaste stain on my dress, so I hope it wasn't too distracting. I've just given it a dabble and now I look even sillier. But anyway, so I'm putting together, as I mentioned, a few things that I'm going to wear during our time away, and we're only going for a couple of nights, so it's very much a capsule wardrobe. The pieces that I'm going to take with me, they have to be the kind of things that are really comfortable and versatile as well, so I can mix and match them between outfits. As I mentioned, tonight I think we're just going to stay in. It's a really lovely house and we're just going to have a nice meal, family style. So on those kinds of occasions, I often find myself reaching for a knitted dress. This is a knitted dress, but very much elevated. This is called the Kiki dress, and it's got this really gorgeous draping detail, which, as a little style hack, is also incredibly flattering if you're planning on eating and indulging. Then it's just really flattering to have that sweep of fabric across the top there, and then you've got these lovely button details, and of course it's in the chocolate brown colour, which is our favourite colour of the season. So you can see here the really lovely drape detail. It's almost a little bit reminiscent of a kind of Greek tunic style dress, and this was designed by a designer called Martin Weiser. He is ex-Proenza schooler, and very much, this is very much true to his style. He designed this for Fabrique. I have been heading to their website and being really inspired by so many of the pieces from there, and I just find that they're the kind of things that I want to get a lot of wear out of. So this dress is a no-brainer. And a bonus is that I won't need to iron this one, so perfect for packing in my suitcase. But let me show you another look, which is going to be a little bit more casual for our days out exploring. Okie dokie, so the blouse was a no-brainer to pack with me. I've been wearing this so much lately, the little ruffly pleated blouse. This is also a Fabrique piece, but I've styled it this time with my high-waisted cotton denim jeans. These were created by a designer called 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅. He was Cacharel's first Chinese designer and really specializes in very wearable styles of trend-led pieces. So for example, these are actually a barrel silhouette, and that is a silhouette that back in my my trend video a couple of months ago, I said was a trend that I did not know if I would be able to style it. I thought it'd be quite a hard trend to pull off, but I absolutely love how these trousers look. I think they're incredibly flattering, and it's almost like a yellowy orange colour, which I think gives them a great nod to the autumn season. I'm going to switch this out for a more casual top because when you go somewhere for the first time, you're never too sure what the vibe is, so I could either style up with this lovely ruffly blouse, or, so this is a more casual way of styling the jeans. I've gone for this really beautiful fitted wool top. This is 100% merino wool, so fantastic at this transitional time of year. Wool is a really amazing natural fibre, keeps you lovely and warm when you need it, but you're not going to overheat. It's a really nice design which is very fitted to the bodice and fitted on the sleeves as well, and then you've got this very sweet little bow detail here on the neckline, which I think is such a cute design detail. Because it's so fitted, this is going to work really perfectly under any blazers, under any coats, and you may have spotted a reel on my Instagram where I showed a few different jackets which in my opinion are perfect for this transitional time of year when sometimes you just need something a little bit more lightweight, perhaps a cropped jacket. And again, Fabrique just have so many gorgeous options. This one I thought was really lovely. It is a suede material, slightly more oversized. I really like this big button detail. Really love the big pocket across the front, and the fact that it's cropped means that it's nice and flattering, especially if you are wearing high-waisted long line jeans. But in my opinion, the most versatile coat or piece of outerwear that you can have in your wardrobe for autumn is a trench coat. Again, you'll have seen me wearing this lots in recent videos, but this is my 𝑭𝒂𝒕 trench coat. This was designed by 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 for Fabrique, and they previously designed at the likes of 𝑏alenciaga and Givenchy, so many incredible brands. And this is such a fantastic price for something that you know you're going to wear over pretty much every single outfit for the entire season. Design detail wise, we've got the tartan detail on the sleeves, wooden button detail, and it is single-breasted, which gives it a little bit more of a casual feel to it. Now sometimes I like to cinch it in around the waist, or you could just tie the straps together at the back if you want it to be a little bit more open. And I've also just rolled up the sleeves so you get a little bit more of a glimpse of the plaid lining, and it just adds to the relaxed look of this. As I mentioned, I've already worn this so much lately. My recent day in London, it was perfect because the weather has been crazy, so many sporadic rain showers. So this trench coat is probably the favourite new piece to my wardrobe, but I will leave all of these bits linked down below. Now I'm conscious that I need to get my lasagna in the oven, so I'm gonna crack on with that. And I think I may just have time to make some nice granola to take with us as well. So let's get on with that downstairs. Okay, I have learnt my lesson about cooking in white tops, so I quickly got changed into something a little bit more sensible. This is what I mean about high necks and these earrings just being such a nice combination. I feel like it really elevates a roll neck. So we're in the kitchen, there's a lot of background noise. We're having the lawns mowed, a few windows in this house are being replaced, and I've got the Thermomix whizzing away on the counter and my leeks sauteing on the 𝑭𝒂𝒕. Now, my Thermomix is actually broken at the moment, but I've stolen my mother's just to make a batch of white sauce for the lasagna. I feel like I've been talking about this lasagna for the last 10 days. Does it feel like that on the vlog as well? Quite probably, because the white sauce recipe that I have is actually my own recipe that I have written out on a note that I save on my phone, and if any of you guys have got a Thermomix, I'm very happy to send you the note, so just let me know down in the comments. But I realised that that wouldn't be quite enough for this gigantic lasagna that I'm planning, so I'm also doing a hidden veg version of the sauce as well on the 𝑭𝒂𝒕. So at the moment, I'm just sauteing down some leeks and some courgette, and I'm going to add that into my regular cheese sauce. The actual ragu is full of veggies as well: courgette, carrot, celery, onion, tomato obviously, full of veggies. So this is going to be a really, really healthy lasagna. I can already tell if and when I'm lucky enough to be a mum in the future, I'm gonna be that mum that hides veg in everything. It's a great way of sneaking it into children's diets. The children that we're going to be with over the next couple of days, Phil and Hannah's children, they're actually really good and they love their veggies, but why not cram a few more into the lasagna? Dickens is growling at me because he wants to go outside, but I don't trust him when the lawn's getting mowed because he thinks it's a game. So you're going to have to wait a minute, my baby. Right, I think that's looking good. Oh, and I just love the smell, how the kitchen smells when you've got either leeks or onions cooking. I don't ever let any part of a leek go to waste because it's just so full of goodness and flavour. So I'm just going to cut this top part down, and you guessed it, this is going to go in my freezer bag that's going to be full of veggie scraps for my veggie broth or stock mixture. So in my freezer bag already, I've just got some bits of onion skins, a few bits of garlic, and usually after a Sunday roast when I've got, ooh, that needs washing, look at the mud in there. Usually after a Sunday roast when I've got loads of veggie scraps, that's when I'll boil it all up, make a veggie stock, and then I can use that for making soups, making pasta dishes, and it's free. Let's check the cheese sauce and the Fabrique. Oh, that looks good. Actually, that needs more milk. I have adjusted my recipe so the quantities are a bit bigger in this one. Let's just do the whole thing. Okay, my Thermomix cheese sauce is done, which means we're about to layer up the first lasagna, and I'm just about to add one last ingredient into the ragu, which I brought up to a simmer again. I'm going to add in a couple of tablespoons of my organised powder. You might remember, so this is a whole food beef organ blend, so it's all of the unusual cuts. What does it say? I don't know if it actually tells you, but it's basically like all of the bits of a cow that you wouldn't normally eat but are really good for you, like the heart, the liver, but then it's just blitzed down into a powder. I like to add a spoonful of this into my smoothies if I'm doing like a chocolatey date and cacao smoothie. It's so full of goodness, but it's also going to add a really nice kind of richness to my ragu. So I'm going to add in a couple of spoonfuls into here. Just before we go, quick dash into the garden. You guessed it, I'm going to grab some herbs and see if there's any beans that we can have as a side dish to our lasagna. Take some rosemary. Okay, I've got rosemary, sage, thyme, oregano and some lemon balm, and I'm going to make myself a quick lemon balm tea for the road. Okay, probably about 5 hours on the road later. There are no motorways between the Cotswolds and Norfolk, where Sandringham estate is, but we have made it to our home for the weekend. I did not realise quite how incredible the location of this house is. We're essentially in the middle of the royal kitchen garden, or the royal garden. Sandringham obviously being where the royal family spend Christmas, and the estate is absolutely ginormous, and there are a few properties on the estate that you can rent out. We are staying in the garden house. I can't wait to give you a proper little look around tomorrow when we wake up, because we are, as you can see here, quite literally on the very edge. That is the walled garden over there. Sandringham House is just down the lane a little bit, and it is the cutest little house. Look at this. I'm going to give you a very quick tour before Hannah and the children come inside, because it's going to get a little bit crazy. So down here we have got my 𝑑𝒂𝒕 doing a bit of exploring. This is the kitchen, and they have left us 2 little afternoon teas. How adorable is this? We've got a Sandringham estate hamper. Ooh, I know how the king loves his homegrown produce. We've got a Sandringham estate sweet pressed apple juice. Gosh, I love the sink. Such a beautiful little coffee station. Oh my goodness, we've bought so many supplies with us, and there's also breakfast supplies here. I think maybe they even make their own crisps on the estate. There's ketchup, there's preserves, and even little bites. Oh my goodness, we're gonna have a lot of food. Just quickly showing you a few of the bedrooms before they're full of our bits and bobs. This one is rather gorgeous, with 2 big windows overlooking onto the gardens. I think this room will be perfect for B. Look at this gorgeous pink headboard. I think these cushions might be Soho Home, like our ones at home. Lovely old antique armoire wardrobe. And I think this might actually be the only room that's got an ensuite bathroom. There's the light switch. Very cute little bathroom for this bedroom. And look at this other bedroom. I love the headboards on here. This is so beautiful. And again, a gorgeous view of the garden. Beautiful wardrobe, lovely antique dressing table, and the wallpaper is so fun. I wonder if this is the William Morris wallpaper. Quite possibly. It's just so cute. So we are just bringing everything in from the car. The dogs are exploring, making themselves at home as well. Time to turn the oven on, get our lasagnas cooking, because we have got a lot of hungry mouths and everyone is really excited for a big, tasty lasagna. Okay, we've just been exploring the rooms, and Charlie and Hannah have opened up this lovely hamper. We've got treats here for the doggies. This is all Sandringham estate produce, which is really cool. So maybe there's a farm shop here which we can check out. And in the hamper, we've got some shortbread, we've got cookies, oh my goodness, gardener's chutney, handmade in Norfolk, strawberry preserve, fruit cake, we've got a cordial. Oh my goodness, we have been totally and utterly spoiled. And these beautiful blooms from the garden. Actually, I can't tell if they're real or not. I think they might be faux, but my goodness, they look so realistic. We are unboxing the afternoon teas, and my goodness, there's so much on them, isn't there? We've got cakes, we've got scones.
These are pretty.
How sweet, little blueberry cake. That looks like, is that what you just had, Charlie?
Oh my gosh, that was amazing.
Coronation chicken. Oh, I might have to have one as an appetizer.
To be honest with you, this is almost pudding, isn't it?
Yeah.
This
Oh
is-
yeah, that can be our pudding.
Look, they're like little eclairs or something.
Oh wow.
I was going to make a crumble, but we could have a crumble tomorrow. Ooh. You'll be pleased to hear that the lasagnas survived the car journey. So I've just melted. 𝑑𝒂𝒕! I have just. 𝑑𝒂𝒕, no. I've just melted some butter, added some chopped rosemary and loads of chopped garlic. I'm going to add in a few more herbs, maybe a few sage leaves, and then we'll get it onto the baguettes. Hello again, my darlings. Well, the lasagna was a great success. It was absolutely scrumptious. I do think that as the flavours marinate, when you kind of leave it a little bit longer, it just gets more and more tasty. I have annoyingly forgotten to bring a camera battery charger with me. So in the interest of saving as much battery as possible, I'm going to just end the vlog on my phone, hope you don't mind, but we are all just enjoying a pot of herbal tea with sage, oregano, lemon balm and rosemary from the garden down in the living room with the fire lit. It's all very cozy. Sorry, I know it's super annoying with the giant phone, but there we go. I'm gonna put my pajamas on and enjoy my tea. So I hope you enjoyed the vlog and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.